Christmas poetry, an introduction. Christmas, they say, comes but once a year. In these days it seems to also last for much of that year. For the religious amongst us, this annual celebration of the birth of Christ must seem bittersweet, its acknowledgement by billions of people, countered by the pervasive spread of material possessions, translating the event to little more than a sales pitch. Most religions celebrate their founders, but Christianity seems somehow to have lost possession of one of its key rituals in an ever more secular West. The spread of globalization seems to have hindered rather than helped the true meaning of the festival. Children today are much more interested in what presents they might receive than any spiritual message. As parents too, most of us buy into this and indulge our offspring rather than instill the underlying themes and aims of the festival's meaning that are common to us all. In this collection, we rely on the words and wisdom of such fine poets as John Milton, Emily Dickinson, Sir Walter Scott, Daniel Sheehan, Wordsworth, Longfellow, and a whole host of others to absorb us in a Christmas time of hope and togetherness. The experiences and memories many of the poems share with us speak of a time, of a world that did have a common purpose and an ambition to share good fortune with everyone. This selection is read for you by Gazella Rowe and Tim Graham.
A Nativity by Rudyard Kipling. The babe was laid in the manger, between the gentle kine, all safe from cold and danger, but it was not so with mine. Is it well with the child? Is it well? The waiting mother prayed. For I know not how he fell, and I know not where he is laid. A star stood forth in heaven, the watchers ran to see, the sign of the promise given, but there comes no sign to me. My child died in the dark. Is it well with the child? Is it well? There was none to tend him or mark, and I know not how he fell. The cross was raised on high, the mother grieved beside, but the mother saw him die, and took him when he died. Seemly and undefiled his burial place was made. Is it well? Is it well with the child? For I know not where he's laid. On the dawning of Easter day comes Mary Magdalene, but the stone was rolled away, and the body was not within. Ah, who will answer my word? The broken mother prayed. They have taken away my Lord, and I know not where he is laid. The star stands forth in heaven, the watchers watch in vain, for sign of the promise given, of peace on earth again. But I know for whom he fell, the steadfast mother smiled. Is it well with the child? Is it well? It is well. It is well with the child.
Christmas Eve by Christina Rossetti. Christmas hath a darkness, brighter than the blazing noon. Christmas hath a chilliness, warmer than the heat of June. Christmas hath a beauty, lovelier than the world can show, for Christmas bringeth Jesus, brought for us so low. Earth, strike up your music, birds that sing and bells that ring. Heaven hath answering music, for all angels soon to sing. Earth, put on your whitest bridal robe of spotless snow, for Christmas bringeth Jesus, brought for us so low.
Ring out, wild bells. Christmas poem by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Ring out, wild bells, to the wild sky, the flying cloud, the frosty light. The year is dying in the night. Ring out, wild bells, and let him die. Ring out the old, ring in the new. Ring, happy bells, across the snow. The year is going, let him go. Ring out the false, ring in the true. Ring out the grief that saps the mind. For those that here we see no more. Ring out the feud of rich and poor. Ring in redress to all mankind. Ring out a slowly dying cause, and ancient forms of party strife. Ring in the nobler modes of life, with sweeter manners, purer laws. Ring out the want, the care, the sin, the faithless coldness of the times. Ring out my mournful rhymes, but ring the fuller minstrel in. Ring out false pride in place and blood, the civic slander and the spite. Ring in the love of truth and right, ring in the common love of good. Ring out old shapes of foul disease, ring out the narrowing lust of gold, ring out the 1,000 wars of old, ring in the 1,000 years of peace. Ring in the valiant man and free, the larger heart, the kindlier hand, ring out the darkness of the land, ring in the Christ that is to be.
Minstrels, a Christmas poem by William Wordsworth. The minstrels played their Christmas tune tonight beneath my cottage eaves, while, smitten by a lofty moon, the encircling laurels, thick with leaves, gave back a rich and dazzling sheen that overpowered their natural green. Through hill and valley every breeze had sunk to rest with folded wings. Keen was the air, but could not freeze, nor check the music of the strings. So stout and hardy were the band that scraped the chords with strenuous hand. And who but listened, till was paid respect to every inmate's claim, the greeting given, the music played in honour of each household name, duly pronounced with lusty call, and Merry Christmas wished to all.